think say you move into our real custom. I'm telling you, says some of the things are air corner and ya de kitwa. Intimacy. Question is are you in an emotionally destructive marriage? If the so one share your two things and a bit messy. Entina bomodin so beti now be share invite to be no so mraso. Say emotionally destructive marriage any day na science no any saying you been able to go through sane manina because let me say it again and your man you know any bit messy. Others say you ask for divorce and now say you commit suicide because I didn't topic now yeah can a more do ye. Adia ba so emotionally destructive marriage, and say, emotional destructive, marriage, it's not easy to diagnose. And you merit so bit me. And one thing is that, and yet one episode of negative behavior, and a original swaka, there be. Who said the man a repeat it twice, and your person when you butcher now because every marriage has the potential to become destructive. Every marriage. And yes, so baby, I will be a modern Nabra Yen and I can't yet boom, young fan kakran waiting yet. In himself, Nipa Bebre go through emotional challenges. Now, me patroti in marriage, say emotionally, you are not okay, and you're very dangerous. And yet, like, and I know say a lot of people who are going through a lot of emotional challenges. And yema bebre. And me person you share signs. At the end, let's say our arena mitimu no. Because I be sure for but there back me person you tear. There's no perfect marriage or perfect husband or perfect wife. Get this. There's no perfect marriage and there's no perfect husband or wife. Yent me nya wade a ewie pay ye beka 100% there be. Yent me nya say me kunu dey 100% made 100%. But the person can say if you are in a emotionally destructive marriage, a different adekra I was say ocean ye na ye. And me person you share say with the science no. Say ukum ana wo yire our names are what different and yet in the form of say be a grow. But to the big cry now to make us stupid, you are worthless, like a whole idea. So what can it me through a dear be very careful. So a year after it was a the way of befro. You were the crocra or babe cranny, Bema crabini, Fasobian in so. Sa names no a huge impact. We are going to go through about 20 or 30 signs. Na so that but say inti say ekunu friend na yere friend na yere names and yere efra. Be very careful. Edru baby so abon say ehuro ye di agro e wa ware mu but and where the ehuro the two are not the same. And also channel so say stand your man so you're very careful. Edu baby crab wo say be ma ni bi ho na kana wo baby pel. Be ma bi pel, wo so baby pel. Na sa abra sa nyema ne koso ne nyina na. Aya na bi okro timi threaten no. Wo say threat wo we are mejaw. Ene ho no nyina no. Sa nyema e koso ne nyina no. Yes, signs aye de mount. Enye no nko o se do baby kura na nipa de timi kan we a me de mejaw ho fa me mama me ne ko a whole lot. Etere bi nso a wo bo se be ma no so start say wo kan ho nsem. Ekre ne mame ne papa ana the other way a etere bi how timi say de wakwa kwati nya sa na ti. I was so we very careful. To be so to the bikra okushia onam for mu bia na wo ka de wo ye e kire wo and all that. Abra sa ni ma ne koso ni nyina no. I will say we tactful, we are very careful. And the do baby so kra na say aware mu oba no ana be ma no e wo chinchina me na me ye be ma ana me na me ye yire nti namfo de me ma kwa ma wo mfa sa namfo ene yi no a. In fact, be very careful. Yes, fine. And my country said, and yet one, that once a while be can be different. So, in America, when you talk about emotionally destructive marriage, and yet one sign, I didn't repeat it as or banner, and a bemana or repeat it at the end bones say that marriage emotionally destructive marriage. Do baby kura so abon say oba no ana be ma no only dictate everything. They will also casta, they will say we say I am do baby if you say we are coming from different backgrounds. In marriage at any point in time be oba ana be ma e was style person be ma kasa style person oba ye say no. Ekobasa emotionally or spouse on your okay. Edu baby cry so in the presence of a mofra, the will be undermining war and it's money in signs are emotionally and okay. Edu baby cry so maybe to the big cry in the presence of nipa and war horror. I did be a spouse never can find who be ana negative and positive. You can be a negative and positive. Sign just you are going through emotionally destructive marriage. Edu baby anya no so science ni bi nso ne say so our rim now no ukunu and now we yere moon feel free to disagree and that because yentia say we disagree to agree because our yen nyina adwene nyepe. And he said if you are in a relationship and if you don't feel free to challenge your spouse or disagree with your spouse, something is not right. Because sometimes the way you look at things, how you understand things, you must be you must feel free to express yourself. Papa, we don't know nyadwene. Bema abrante me kuno me yire me no nyadwene. Say my main to me yes sir, and papa to me yes sir, emotionally something is wrong. Yes, no kwa ye wo aware bebre a aware for no ain't mintina 3 days abra wo monko abufuo just say ain't me myself a whole week, not even week, within 3 days I was sent to question and it's emotionally destructive marriage. And also anya aware and also you hunu so. Now, another thing, so a yes sign, I person for a channel to say, okay, I did hear extra was spouse. Now say, or make it riddle, or make it fan of like let me put it this way. You are serious about something. You are not okay. Something is wrong with you. And you are sharing with your spouse. But instead of spouse will be receive a seminar in good faith, you know. Onyenesa, both of you know, na why ignore, and answer was through, and answer on taking it serious. If you are in a relationship or in marriage relationship, society manakozwa, I'm sorry, and you're good. Edu baby so kura na oba no ana bema no or personal needs. Near maybe a here near the obano and a bema taking it serious. Emotionally, you will never be okay. Say do baby na say o spouse to me kasi wenim me mijawa, you can't even survive in a very sarcastic way. And also emotionally. And so we have to be very careful. And yeah, no point. Say, what worry? Na ukunu or text message to say within every time we are no, yes, sir. Or yes, be or this sexual, but and maybe or they find baby a war, but within short time be or so, and now we're hitting and we day and we day. Emotionally, you will never be okay. And it's all start signs when you know something is not right. Something is not right. And the insurance say edru baby so na awarie mu no say oba ne bema ntimi take initiative no oba nkasa omo ntena se nkasa na the ekoso ne say ono nkasa but at the same time no okwagwa be catch say obi ti awarie mu nsem a mempene kura mebubefu. In fact awarie bi etisa no a sign I just say you are in emotionally destructive marriage. You are worried somebody want to me from Kwabontene, want to mean country will be. But at the same time, the treatment adema obano and the treatment adema beman, and yet, and so why not to say because yes, I'm emotionally dynamic can say people who go through the emotionally destructive marriages, you know, either say about committing suicide and a divorce. Because Obi Ohana American, the man will not create that dialogue or opportunity. No, at the end of the day, what is going to happen? See, I tell you, so you can't ask them. Say, if you are in a relationship, now uko spouse, and you're ready to listen to your point of view, when you're ready, even to receive anything from you. In terms of a point of view, in terms of how you look at things, Bibia Bana or on you're ready to listen to your viewer. It's a sign. It's a sign. Until say and they do baby so cry no one say you ask your spouse about baby. Maybe it's just a clarification, something that you need. But the way Obano and Abema no be studying will be blow at the end, the way obe interpreting no obe the conclusion. Sometimes my friend a hasty conclusion. Oba could do baby na do baby na a challenge kakra. So if you're in a relationship and awaria yeke, na say o spouse no threatening so be prayer is a emotionally destructive marriage. Because you get to a point you can't even say anything because that fear, no, about you in the sense that you have something that you want to say, but now the spirit of fear has certain. The moment when you are in that relationship, you are in that emotionally destructive marriage. Obisu okra and you got to that level, you physical force. a bro, any that kind of idea, or treton, pijanensa, tuning that kind of idea. In fact, if Nina, the Ekekanyina episode 4, ye share our rear. Atinkamu nipa ekum nipa a nipa namu ewa aware mu ena ye keka science ni bia e kire say who experiences science way na ekoso a ti say you are in that emotionally destructive marriage, because now emotionally you are dying. There's no happiness in you. You are dying, ankasa. And teacher Nanson. Yaka bebre. Etra bin stokra no ehunhuna. Me do ya me yo say. Me do ya me yo say. Me do ya me yo say. Bisanfo. Sa ne mani nyina no ye nhye no nso. Edu ba bia aware mu in terms of sex. Etelebi na bia wabre ana bia situation a wo mo na ade na be man no okoso for so ene wo da nyese bo apayo nyese bia o man opportunity o man but akoduru baby na bia situation a wo ana niema no a na se nipa no eye saa eye signs physically you must not force your wife for sex. Wrong. If there's misunderstanding, we are talking about the emotionally destructive marriages. Edu baby, silent trade. If you're in a relationship, now a day, 2, 3, within 3 days, within a week, you go through that emotion, silent trade. Obanen kasa beman kasa obaho. It's not a good sign. Actually, because about it to me, you know, beman, and I beman to me, you know, obano for number of weeks. Ne kosa silent trade. When you are says, "I know a warrior costo." And as me patcho maroon feel once a while be and it could be in his yet better. I did taco so. Obanan Casa Beman and Caso Bano and a Beman and Casa Naso Bano. That is the emotionally destructive marriage. And the episode for you be so bobo and near my science actually say our enemy woman but I think emotionally me kume and now what you kume. Na nipa bebre wo ha they are going through that ntina abisuafo ye person ne ye ne mu nyina to aso na ye bobbo sa nyema we so say edru baby na say the running of the family. Yes, producer.
Minim saba na me pese me hu this silent trade asem ya okan ebi mo hono mo a omofo say they don't like to ask questions and answer bibi han person obeka enti niema sa na de silent we say yeah but keeping niema in there.
And yeah, no, we are looking at it from say Obano aye be mani bibi and a be mana yo bani bibi Obano say the way you mean to mean kasa wo and at the be mano fi say why Obana into mean kasa wo into o ignore no obi okro to me free any sign man. That's what we are talking about, the silent trade. But in marriage, you know, we must sit down and talk about the issues. The whole canon and also another level. Say, something is wrong, something is not right somewhere. Because the idea is if we say and he said, our remu oba ntimi nka na asem nkyere bema ana bema ntimi nka nya asem say asem keke say ye hia we no Bibi had this is my problem, this is my challenge. Then something's wrong with the marriage. Because when we will talk about at least 5 ingredients, a said the marriage is healthy. Now, one of them, so now you are not free to say anything and be free. That marriage, emotionally, you are a slave. Because when your papa and your master servant relationship, and you say father son or father child relationship or something like my wife, my husband. And the wokan ewo. But so ban ntimi nka, so be man ntimi nka bibi na akoso. Enema mienu no mara na enema mienu ada se eyihu anase wakodu baby a be man no mfa ne studios nti asem kra me nka bi ma me nka ma no ntu. Me kokan de ntokwa beba ana me kokan wo mfa ne serious. Abere bi a ware mu so ba ne be ma bibi si na oba na bibi ha na obeka be man na bibi ha na obeka na so mutimi tena se esi a very easy setup dia na bibi si obeka nti na meka se na ema miudo ada se die si no ka kire be man no ana o ka kire oba na chaos ebi esida wantimi amanage ni hwe producer bibi wo ho aya na minsuru aka meka se nipa ye pentem ebua tan dodo obi betimi afro enkankan te da bi kra ye na ye sofri if I do ba bi eden obi betimi afro enipa ne nim situation wo I be went to me amfa call no but the fact is one fa call no tina ne boafu meaning say even our real kra wo me friend no amfa wo friend no wa amfa no at that time wo friend no wa amfa no now nim situation wo now nim baby o the fact is say why you free no na woni bibia ye no na wo friend no awo no na amfa no and no nkyere say wo ye free no therefore the background is free ye wo ye wiase bi a ye pentem buaten dodo aya na sometimes ye share the other side meaning producer but and the producer friend me no said you see kasa met me nya botre na maka say enye say na producer tie nja na producer kasa say bia and then ne bibia si wo baby wo say aya na ye nwene nkoho bibia yes bia emfa mo de waya manipa no ade ba ko bia wo mood ana bia ofro ba ko ana bia comment bia wo ye no yetimi de no pepa de waya bia as if say wo ye boni ni first class na awari am to ba bia si de obey yi o ko oba ana de be me ye ko obey obey hunu be man su hunu can be an as if say we dwell on the negative side of our spouses. And then the unfortunate thing, because little thing, now you're blue, now you're man, now you're big. But you can say, sister, I hear nipa su, who say nipa, are you wrong? Now, was it in us and sending them in your opportunity, and let me preach in American BBC said. When we talk about normal life, now we are saying, say, we want to go back to our normal life. Pre-corona life. For us, that was the normal life for us. And they say, no, you have opportunity. And some say, yet me a free would drive a baby, a be episode, ultimate tour baby episode could be out. You don't need no marks, knees, hand sanitizer, and bibiana. They say, now, yeah, this time you may wait to chill. Baby, cry, I be with her. I will say, well, I'll move around in Yama. I did cry, I bet try. Also, we are and in Yaman in Anna. For now, look at what we are going through. We think, say, and yet this is not our normal life. But producer only say, that period, say, you will be. Nessa Bofrani Nini, I was that period, no masks in their hand sanitizer, any social distance, a very normal life, how many background? A better life, because you have to tell a very normal life. What if say, yeah, no? say your life no so hwe nyame anim hwe said nyame si hu niema from Genesis chapter 3 no your life near normal be mu your life ya normal the way we hate ourselves, the way we hate other people, the way we gossip about other people, it is abnormal life. But for us, it has become normal life for us. But from God's perspective, and your normal life, our real move, the true baby, people go through that. The way a Bemana Bisu Obana, and our Obana so take advantage, they will live in that lifestyle. Temptation, one is a one very careful, they will get to a point that Beman who is say a normal, would you not a normal. Obano so didi be ma na tem a normal. Oh, na say the idea na the idea we that you know we there. Oh, enti idea a abnormal no. It me be normal. The my ya and now no a T1 they have become accustomed to it, used to it. And so when they do it grana, they don't feel anything. And to be so bit ma kwenye obi oh na say me be ma no. And that's all bana we na say we the ma hunu bre. But in marriage it's wrong. You're wrong. And therefore, Yadamasi, baby, I'm obi, I'm much me adrenaline in your mission, and then ye casafa the emotionally destructive marriage. Awaria utimua, emotionally, you are dying. You are not okay. You can't even talk. You necessarily you go through a lot. And then you go through a year, and then you share signs. How do I offer more? Nature say, our no sis. Na yeshe ankanka abre coronavirus pandemic crisis in because people are angry. They are angry because or max way or the hand sanitizer way or and people are going through emotional challenges. It is you're not very careful. A bit may affect it. Yeah, why we people think people were staying home, therefore our real because it is never true. Because the question is, a dear need and didn't stay home. And yet need and didn't stay home. Obi no the life in your the fear and casano crano. There's nothing like home sweet home. If you're not casano crano, there's no joy, there's no happiness. Na yasa kaka se koko shefi nti ono kra no what wade enkoso na dwum bebre e bia nka first no opon adwuma na o places bia nka otumi kọ but say in some places nyina ya totum nti ono fi a wo ba ni nyina no se soccer ene na ni je ho a say onya bi na even look at wrestling say omo an ekogina ho nipa mienu miensa referee na omo ko wo ho obi enu ho obi also was wrestling addicted until how a crown way baba or tifie for how many months, for how many weeks, and you could be so that obey me a call now wrestling a washer and near say soccer, football. It was a when people are going through a lot. And the mechanism we are not in normal times. And people are grieving. Obi also cry no. The body be coronavirus nekunu. Oh, ebi and the boss be so no see bua no wadwuma mu ene niema fibra or taste any pakro na wu no. Onye normal cry bi. Oh, and the people are going through a lot. It is so one very careful. In fact, Sabre futu amede be ma ware for ne say we are not in normal times. Me patch. It is a ukuru. The obey bia no another bia normal. Because we are not in normal times. Now the bia to pre-corona life. There be NSA. There be because bia our TBB no ntimi go be crazy ye nedi. And obi also a ye nedi kura na. Na dwuma no na work on. Paycheck baby no unya no. Kwan no faso unya no. Is a challenge. Oh, the American. A challenge. And it do be a obi wo ho a enye say abrabono na omo modern na won't me investigate. obi wo hɔ a ɔno ne sika no sɛ bosome se a yɛ 2 weeks and that's it. Yeah, whatever your bed, the bills are wo because I yeah adwuma ma bills. Nti to be obi wo hɔ a ɛnyɛ boa payo sɛ wɔn fa bi nsi. Yɛ obi no mu a omu nim plan but obi no so wo hɔ a ɛnyɛ boa payo. Nti ne life ni nyinaa no there was nothing like say ewiase yɛ fa America yɛ bɛba sɛ yɛ nyinaa lockdown and stay home because first nobody na say adwuma we kra yi me metima kopa adwuma we ndu ye obi okro ye mienu ana miensa but now the situation e wo mu no nti base say no enye say se yi me di a me kopa we kopa no we nti now a rare challenge obi okra bia na nka no betimi na damfo bi kra so ya obetimi aboa no but looking at the situation e wo mu no how are you going to do that? It's a rare challenge. And to produce a sign nema when you know a nema cost to I was say a telephone for your shadows.
I wish some of us be no na because but wickedness be more still do a person no person only find yourself dear, but I know some question where at least maybe a nipper back me and I know sir near my how don't be finding yourself in a situation like that. Nikuni and you'll be to talk to. Neirin you'll be to talk to. Now was your corner be how would that person at home? Say on come by a juma affect him sign him.
Yo,
so I'll say we are over but would no man watch it because Pibre
producer no cranny. And you many boo it takes maturity. Because when you talk about maturity, and they say, it may recognize that there's a problem. 2, we are not okay. So must we continue to go through this when we end this? Say, if you get couple or more matured, 1, say there's a problem. 2, say they are not okay. 3, they think that something must be done. But immaturity, and I make us Otimiya was a coquan, and when they say a normal, how can a normal life be a normal life for you? And for how long? And so, producer, that's the challenge. There are people who are in marriages that they are not matured. Or more I'm not talking about maturity in terms of age, because we are discussing emotional challenges that people go through. Producer say, "Obi to me managing a home," and I always say this: you are not ready for marriage, because marriage is about management. And the self-management in here. And if you get people who are children emotionally, I didn't issue grab issue. I think they are simple things. Oh my goodness. Like you ask yourself, really? Because producer, BB caution, you are not okay. I am not okay. So why don't we sit down and compromise? Why don't we sit down and understand each other? Producer here. Obitimi ko forest. No a copper, tiger, lion. To be a cobra pa. To be a snake pa. Onye snake kitwa. Obitimi fa no watete no anu abaye ne pet. Producer, why do we find it difficult? In fact, from Anra, I've been thinking about something. Human beings, look at the face of this coronavirus. Look at the number of people who have died. 92,000 plus. As I said, me hear statistics for the whole day crowd. Can you just imagine any pastor is here? And so your pride and pesamin kominyano produce at the end of the day the yakwaya. And the na ukunaka, a dear na wiraka. Papa untimi mafom. Mommy untimi mafom. Now won't bury with pride for you to live in peace. So bit me kofa abua wumurem. Na watete no. Onyame amono ni image you. Onyame boye image. Why do we find it difficult to live as human beings? Something is wrong with us. And I strongly believe something's wrong with us. Because, producer, and you always say this, mindset. Like coronavirus and name we ni producer obeje di say enye me nwanwa. Say obi wo kra e ka no nko. Nanka obi a ofa ne say na ne tramfo anya bi nanka ogu kra. Like
yeah. Obi kra tia inside dream way.
Also be other
Obi tia sorry them dream inside dream way.
Akwa wo nya bi kra no onwu nko. Akwa we ni enka so twea say kan. Oh, producer, why is it that human beings we find it difficult? Misunderstanding, misinterpretation, our actions and intentions, people, and the producer, the woman, no, and producer, me de minim say, Kenipa, yet na, yet da, yet no, na yen in the sense that I feel me who the producer pay, mitimi who the way pay, mitimi who in the nema, so you see an nema, and you want to who is Anna. You see how you can adjust. Obey can be on kasa no yi din BBC uba hwe ne ya osu owu obi producer be dey say obi ni fie se nikunu wo ho a onsere ade e friend say said on kai the last time was in the presence of nikunu. So you can just imagine this person is dying emotionally. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it's a producer. Say another day back who's say, producer, we must in marriage, we must power and responsibility. We must share. That's the people. That's the challenge. Producer, there are people who will take the power and will not take the responsibility.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And I'm saying power and responsibility are shared in marriage relationship. The unfortunate thing is that a man you have power. Men are bema. When I bema, so what? Are you saying so you're not going to do anything and there are people they don't care? Even a mofra community change you or mofra. Like the can I say it's a producer. Another thing about me a boy and he said power and responsibility must be shared in marriage relationship. Where they do baby.
Person.
Okay.
But the power, when it comes to the power sharing now, sharing, not just is it going to be a 50-50 and I say how? And going to be a one's strength.
Producer say na meka no. Edru baby a oba no will right. Say otimi gina on behalf of the family no take a decision. I benefit family no, benefit family no. Why not?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, say, okwa wari bi mu a oba ni nim say sade we kura bebo a o take decision na chaos. But when you slave, because another idea I make on say, first one make for maturity. The second thing I make is freedom. People must be free in marriage. Free in what sense? Yes, you are my partner, but I also have private life. Private life is there. Oh, so anytime be a yeah, kasa be a I to say be a which is suma say baby. There be yes, I so which is suma say baby. Like I cannot free and express myself because there's a difference between home and house. In my home, I have the liberty to say anything and be free. I live under the statue of liberty. This is my home. I must express myself. But can you just imagine, say, anybody on a prison? Now, their marriages are as if said they are in prison. Yeah. No, you are restricted. There are certain things you can do in marriage. And phone no crown will be tesua. Beman ba hey, for phone bra, and one afro, one testu. Come on. Aren't prison is here new phone. If you buy an old hair, if you offer a phone friend, oh shit, then a prison. Oh, come on.
But Sanema way die a rollo, Crawford go through.
What is that? I'm telling you, that's why we make the can. Sorry, Mitier.
Some of them sons smoking, they will get and some even come on immediately. I will say, "Yeah, Oga Bibi sana abo so beko of the ebia ma and man." But normal thing we was our own pet.
Producer, me we had the frontier. We hear it and will be kasa when one a kasai. One on any testing. I don't get this. If you don't trust your wife, I don't know what you know. Who trust you better than what you know? Now there are people, there are men that let me put their spouse, a man, a memaye, obey me a friend you couldn't phone, obey fan phone. Now me go through. Why are you not destroying or killing yourself emotionally? And he run out testing on what me for we are done for, when to me when you're free, when to me when kasa, other than you say when you kasa. I don't get this. In marriage, you know, the moment that's how you man goes to say something is wrong because trust I say yes sir. So and yes sir, we didn't know and I make us say producer maka maturity. Producer me
security missing security in super to me. Sir, Obu on my secured. At the time, be our person shady as the partner new BD this animal.
Producer, sad you is so back as a bay a bit kissing.
But your question.
I may say, a man, yes, Hannah. Sad you is so back as a yeah, a bit kissing. And obey me a yes.
Oh,
okay. Obey me a yeah, it didn't miss you kind. I used to say, time is so quiet, gross you grab a dinner. Producer, obey me a crown. obetima ka so kwaye grocery within that period no bibi opeso ye bi obetima ye okraw ka so kwa adwuma na unu so wo adwuma mu na so adwuma mu no wasese wo offer like ana de bia de ana make can say sa niema all that we need to do is say yeah encourage you motivate you na some measures are man for the hey mere wonye manye ne sa obeye mikro anye when the catch say yes I need to wonye okase wonye na wonye na in terms of side de there it is only nyina be adwuma baako woni nyina be po adwuma baako woni nyina be fie time pe it is okwa grocery be di nachi in fact so your bear man if you go through that data you are a slave. You are not a man. You are not a free man. You are a slave. Because emotionally, psychologically, you are a slave. You are a slave. Intermission for the yesterday say when we talk about our real, maturity here. Maturity here. 2. Say, me ware me yira on freedom. Mesum freedom. It's unfortunate say minim say a man no be what dwene say makoye oba ho ade de a we majapade de me pe bia na me de ye.
Yes.
It's never true. Sa sikana okotua na o fa nto oba no na even akana de kra no ye kosre oba na man ye kosre wade o fa no nse wabe wajapade na ade edu ba bia problem aye woni say ye ko bible mu a o say suitable helpmate na wo be man no adenti na wo pe boafo na nkofa boafo papa wo kra choice na wo make kra wo kra there's something wrong with you because producer office yeah juma and you think say juma na wo ye no you need somebody to come and help. I don't think so you just go out and pick anybody based on the juma wo ye based on how was a juma no call based at the end any of the employee and now the fa will be amanaba nti mema ye kra ye kono e de be na ye hu ye kofa ma no a at the end of the near ten say man say anasisi a do we be a ye tutu omuza producer maybe mom de I na de metal can say so ye bema and now your ba na won pe bema no and now pe oba no e ye better say ene oni ni be jai dan say oni ni betena na wo ko because one hwe ya onye nipa bie mu uti anye ya producer e tell be ebu ha so omo yare nyina yare ni bebrebe de feel if I were born you once the panel na mu anofo abo ni mra no akwa ko awo producer I'm thinking about something. How can you live in the same house 3 days biana 1 week biana you can't laugh throughout the whole week, you can't chat, it's serious. And I know people in Biasi Biblia, they are going through that. This is not marriage. This is not marriage. Yes, slavery. This is not marriage. Because Obi Oha producer. I am wish you say Nukuna na Irikuda Nifi. Because the panel of Fipa a chaos. Anka yes sweet home.
Say one videos be na omoye na ebi abehwe no bi bisa ne papa say obebisa question or take one, stay one. Omo ebu ohonoma na no currency or say two and a B. First one answer stay with mom. And
stay with that.
No, B.
Any shaby.
Oh, and Grafwa share videos like that. I don't want to send me a quack. Or be an income. The corona money at TFA. Now, but
and the say do baby a producer. Nase we need voice. How you run if you seek a someone. If you don't have voice, producer, it's not power sharing.
Okay.
Oh, that's what we do. Where baby you do ya question by now. Oh, say marriage be a healthy, no. There's something we call power and responsibility sharing. But bon say edu baby na ya pushy back kugu back so. In terms of power there obi afa and woman instructions but on your oh, but in producer in marriage, you know, producer any master servant relationship. Oh, marriage be a power and a responsibility, no, and you're shared, you know, a master servant relationship. And indeed, yeah, well, our really be a or no grant me to anchor the winter and say, Massa, oh, yeah, dear, Jan, yet. And Beman is soon to make a winter over. And it will be because producer, when we talk about power and responsibility, yeah, share in marriage, and quite be so no, we have engaged ourselves in accountability relationship, reciprocity, because ensako and ensaba, and the abre piano in yawarimu, power echo dibe one side something is wrong. Responsibilities not to do one side something is wrong. We must share. In here, and the power and responsibility are shared in a healthy marriage. Marriage, couple, no, or more matured, no, they share. And indeed, Bema, I will right. Say, be occasion of Bible Francis say, but I'm also right. The same thing. Any decision be a beboa family, no. Family now, marriage, you good, you know. Or Bema to me, you know what take it on behalf. To me, and there's nothing said, and I don't know more money. But the question is, a producer decision I will take it, and I didn't know, is anything wrong? You see, there be a problem, no one know until you see person in your person a chop. Because at the end of the day, so bad in taking that decision now. I didn't know what's here, I benefit, and I say I there. If the own, so we don't even look at the positive aspect, The fact is that mena me bema ana mena sadine ye na wa mama mane na wa yinintino. Therefore, at the end of your crying, how I wish we can do because in Yawari no. Because the question is at the end of the day, what is happening? And it's a master servant relationship. And it's a power no yansha. For this we get that into a banner. And let me tell you something. In marriage, say we a bema makanda. Na brebia obano so una ye bema into the can the be something is wrong. You should train your wife to take decisions. Not only responsible. Because obi wo one aspect, but obi wo on person very responsible. At the end of the day, when I cast when you know any pebia onini san producer, something is wrong. You have to get to a position where you can take decision and be responsible. What do you say, Nipa? We always want to run away from our responsibilities, especially you take decisions that's angoya. But a Nipa, the amount Nipa, the matured. Now we go through life. Now what experience and say you have to get to a situation where say a dear white the whole, now a dear black the whole. You don't say a movie. Me papa ba what to make a term say Nipa there's a nibia. Ya dear white, ya way black. Here we say mudia na pe. We see a biano, see you don't deserve to live. But you don't deserve to live. Because any panel, who are the open and what is in your man? In the idea, where you're black, where you're white, can't you make choice? Now, and not any public we are saying it do maybe a challenge. Because the question is we don't want to be responsible. One aspect, you know. It do maybe another aspect is do maybe so you me could take decision. Na say yes, ya. Me the mempemu who asemu mempemu. And my own yini and my own yes strong. Police are as of dear you woman, even in ministry. If you are a minister and you get to a certain stage and you can say, this is the way God is telling us to go, and you want to please the people, I'm telling you, you can't move the church forward. Because ABAO, Nyame, what will boy, nothing said, I didn't way I would director. Because when you talk about church leadership, it's different from other secular leadership. Because I don't know, it's about if we put in this in, how much are we going to get? But when you talk about Christian leadership, and for instance, how you put in something and you're not going to get anything. At the end of the day, in life, say if you're always depending on people to help you take decisions, and to him, a kobasa no producer, it will be a but obia would depend on be for everything. The day and the background be free honor, you will find it difficult to go through life. In fact, me papa what to tell me radimu. None recommendation but ako pa waye aware no say mubenya na say mu feel hono say akwan bebam na nya ho kira obanya ne mpa be manya ne mpa. My name is a producer that I can't wait to answer.
Like Obiana the baby.
Obiana the baby. Now on support to the idea say Obana be Madam Paba Koso. In fact, he did a very good research. Now, nipa bebre wo a omukunu no ana omoyire no mfi mu a omonsa anyi nipa bio.
Okay.
In fact, no a marriage counselor like a sepa. In fact, oba you as a crab between the son oba osaba Ghana. Na so when you abotre na dwene ho a ma wote ase. And yes, sir, be a minimum kunu enya you wo be by the end of the day no. Oh, obed say one room cry na musu. No bed is here. Or say a boy. Because say mutina na for Yami be shamo na mo betina ebia 20 years, 30 years. Bidim kwet me ko 40 years. All these years in nyina sa na mo live my life o. And you cannot just imagine say ko ba se ba akokwa. Oh, emotionally. A money exactly. In fact, that was his recommendation. Now, and the books or training your baby, which means say sometimes when you take your time. For example, Nadia Bakoyan say, or see a wrong thing. Obi kunubewu, anani yidibewu. Na yen feni pakronon cemetery. Ye be the pakrona trefi. Was nipa koro no ekobasa on grieve ye. It is a situation a you mu ahai. Once you say heading, the kobasa will be wu ha, a bed in so the be Ghana. This will be a baby ha you know ha. Say nipa no obnibusu ani bi wo Ghana. Heading, tabiana na dwene ne se bi nipa koro nda so wa brochi. But say nipa koro no wo ye no, ye de ne ba Ghana. And ye de ne hye fom, and ohunu say oh ye de na hye fom a. Who say people go through stages. You will deny your stage. Oh, me no, Debbie. People go through that. And on other say, Oba Bema ne be wa. Yem fanin cemetery. Na wo hunu sampa ye de ne kunu na hyefo. Na me ka say there were places be a boy didn't mu pa. Bo say afi won no. Nti obi was men ware biem. Obi was men ware biem. Omo be ware biem no. Cemetery ho no, ni age omo ring no. Na ye do ato a yinim na ya kan ye eguso. Obi also there bi men ware biem. Nti bo say na o keep on the ring no. Nti ye kan no. Nti abisanfo moma ye to aso. The patro utwie ya na wo hwe wo kwashi wo ayi bi a comment bi a you also bet me at the aba na ya to aso. And it's baby a could do any sign be my cover by and say in terms of the running of the family, say Obano ni voice and a Berman ni voice a sign. And the producer and say baby or crano in terms of a Gianeno crano, Berman on the curb BBO say Berman and can. They say no Adriane. To Berman and like Berman, they won't go. Can we share the power? Oh, come on. I remember power. You told me, police what him say do baby? Your politicians that you criticize woman. I was saying, you buy if you worry me, you criticize you. We lack power, control. Then beer, we want to control people.
Yeah.
And I think that's our challenge. Always want to control. We want to be in that position. You control. But we must share power and responsibility in marriage relations. If we want to enjoy the marriage, we must share. And please, I be a bit my the next time. You bet my 10 minutes. I can't. So question be a.
Yeah, but I mean, business team member na controlling. And also me power ka wo fie. Now Obabi was situation like this more. Obaya dan ama ne partner na hu relationship say I share and I say like this shared power and responsibility sharing. Power and responsibility sharing because Bama be on for certain and it depends on him. Don't know can I find out who was situation be someone. And especially in some year can even in that we get people like that. Inti where they me two of them inti as a software. What do you do with situations like that? And I said there are programs na more to because I think say awareness no awareness is so important because to of Fabi Bia said the no man answered and or no they born a bra inti thereby awareness na ebian penny for a more edema church members. Your mind baby. Inti si enya we say na yentimi nya that change of mindset no. Inti tan bia na be dey and thinking say we are right.
Producer, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Okay. In the church setting, we don't have pastors don't have absolute power. Okay. Church member need decided so mass will be my anything. And you'll be crying a church member or decide to say na me person be am yesi anasisi a police do baby a aya na edding na senka from day one ebi anipa na join us sorry no and na police etu na bi na bia ko institution bi mu a wodim say we institution ni mu ana say ye fa okra say be ye adwuma ye the rules and regulations in the mouth things that you can do and things that you can't do. But you must say in our churches, we want that challenge. The Maya what that challenge is say we don't want to lose members. That is the problem, you walk. And money if you doing in terms of discipline. 2, I know say people also use ministers to settle their scores. Nana na tell be a oye sofo na se nyame ama wadwena ba mi. Won se oye sofo na akọ ba bi fofora. Asori man wan kase already o mo kontokwa. Tell be attention misunderstanding. Njuko do obo so obi abehye wo nchen. Na wo brainwash you. O ka dada woni ni pakro no kra anya adwuma nsi na wo ka oye sofo na wo ani na ho. Anye yi by the time we are when na aya de nti onyani pa wo de ahwe eto bi afa na enso sofo aba afa na enso nipa aba it's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing. Na ni nyina no producer e koba ebesi sorry how are you picking leaders? We have leaders, they are not Christian leaders. They don't qualify to be Christian leaders. And because they don't understand spiritual things. And only a challenge they say. And you won't say, Nipana bibi cry, won't say you will get people who will rally around that person. Though they are worse than the Nipana yet. But to do baby on him, my enemy Adamfo. My enemy. You name do you see the link and how people will come together? And then that's the problem, that's the challenge. And but police the best I can say, yeah, the bar our more in marriage relationship. If you feel that you can't be yourself in the marriage, something is wrong. That is the problem.
Yeah.
And you hear something, I don't feel I can be myself in my marriage. Something is wrong.
Robert,
you must feel free in your marriage. Sorry, producer.
Sorry, I know, sir, Uber Baby free this year, but I told to where they was more than you, and you decide to stay at home and look after the kids. Is
okay? Producer say na mekano. There's nothing wrong. Say, I worry for me, no. Oh, producer. Sometimes people will say marriage is love, but Matthias yesterday, for now, marriage is understanding. And Jennifer say, yeah, DJ came. Say, Bia, Obama ye Juma, na Juma ne ye. What they're making. Na, omushe omusika sem, any mofrano running. Abeye challenge. Say, ye kase the mofrano, call babysitter, and then your man a challenge. But ye tena say, no, ye dwene ye no. So oba no ye adwuma na oba no make say na nyame ya do na ye say na me so be ma no metimi agya adwuma akena fie ahwe nkora no na affect bibia na say ye mienu no ti ase a police there's nothing wrong say be ma na be stay fie o so oba na be stay fie o omo adwuma no ye omo timi tu omo bills omo discard one person omo timi ye omo timi nya be ya. I don't see anything wrong. There's nothing like oba na stay home and there's nothing like be ma na stay home. The parties, they have to come together. They have to come together. And he said, they need their working. Say, me tiastia. Say, Bema. Enemy fee say, Ebia me juma me yema. Ye. Say, me yira nye juma. Ye hon chile ye. Nti so wontena fie hwe mofra na me ne me yire beka na obete ase but e koba sa no kan so se wo yire no e wo maame ana wo nkofo mu depend na mo be factor sa de ni nyina wo family budget ni enti nyese bi atena fie na opesika afi na onya bi dabi eno so they wrong. And we have to work together, we have to partner. And the DJ, me make us entiase. And the say bia oba no adwuma wo ye kama. Munyina zika bia mpese mo de ma de bia mutibi dua mo bills, dua mo mortgage, ara mo rent. Wo say to binya de mo pese mo ye. Na se wanya fi, watina fi. Oh, ana man forecast enye hwe. Managing kids, producer, home management, a whole course aye you. Or be a professor, co schools are professor home management. And the people say, may you motivate. When I catch you say, well, you fear not to know, I wash him of Rana and Yajuma. Who told you, producer? You chrome high you win, and you'll be full time at Juma or Yano. Or Cotina will be back, and Okotrap and Mubi, who may be a 1 2 and you say, yeah, and then that week, and then I want to check it. Will be full time job, no. Now, dear, and more fry. Obi hwe akura ba ko odi opa ha kroma mi hwe o mo hwe mofra no okotena akura no obi okura on tete aduane ma abofra no no na tete aduane so onyo ye aduane o hwe abofra no se de be ya wo mpra keke everything aduane bibia wo ho eno no kura no awaye ma ka bi se o he de bi na machi enti se me decide se me ye adwuma na me wife no me ni kwase me ka se onya adwuma because sanka enyo no na mo de baby abofra no ko baby sitter 1 hour you say more commanded to Friday say and in terms of fatherly care and motherly care crime babysitter no ko say in fact in the face of this coronavirus crime how are we going to manage sa adwuma no babysitters in your man a whole mess and he said DJ I don't see anything wrong so mummy no mo na how amunyina makamutia bom how mo be yes na I think say I will support that. So couple no tia I don't see anything wrong.
Okay. And Reverend, yeah, and then as I said, for us, say I would answer na wako. Unless it's all BB or home. Yeah.
Producer saying it based on the air can be said we put to BBC. Destructive behaviors and attitudes can sometimes be difficult to describe in marriage setup, in marriage relationship, in marriage environment. Very difficult. But by the time we are aware, no, now you come, and you come emotionally. And you're very careful. I am sometimes, we would say certain things, we will do certain things that will make us okay. But the question is, or spouse or partner, no? Sad now would what kind of is you okay? Is your spouse okay? Sad behavior and sad attitude, is she or he okay? Because the question is, in marriage, it's not about your happiness, it's about your spouse. Because there's no way love will demand. If indeed you love your husband, you have to give. Love will never demand. Love will always give. And in terms for yes, mo baby angry, mama yemi na unyamenya yadum na yebetimi aware. Etie from patcho mo fan cheme na say 80 yekwaya story for Ascension. Nyame yadum a next week you better so because you never be brew to me and can me I was here twice on your kicker. But more fan chaminamia do next week. Yeah, better so. The emotionally destructive.
Okay. Did I wear the spray? To mention a tear for a name when I just hear the other. I can see I know, sir. Next week, you better at what Jumadi so. And I think, sir, Yama at the way be before the last program, no, maybe in Tiabe Kakra about that.
Producer Mantio. Producer Mantio, now so be the bass say.
I say, yeah, Mammy Doris at the topic color how your shan color and I say a handling color.
Producer, yeah, the best topic we move. Yeah, the best topic we move.
Okay. And then I just say that brain to that where the major
Matty, may I say?
Yeah, that's great. For and I, papa, it's me a dear, it do.
Ghana fue yedie na bayo yedie na bay Epestin fertilizer booster aya purely organic efrasa simu ene de massase no obo de ensa no pe na menu akayo se wudro bia nim enti se ode yafu a anya de aduaba no anase wo a wudi no benya soso bia na chese be ma kwaye aye decoration kane no a ebe fa na tuma pa e de afra na de ma Epestin edan so kra ne se enema no wadua na ewuo na flowers ni aduaba na etiti guodo agya wadwo a se wudi Epestin kanu a ene etise magic no ebe ye prom fe na aso aba bebre anwadi mu pa etise se no kwiafo ebenya sika ene anigye awo mabra bomu a na utimi se enya sam keto akora Epestin e mammo piafo apanifo monfrɛ ahoman na monje nkyiremu ya ehye medie 0552 505723 ana plus 160 922 78043 Epestin fertilizer booster piao mama kwadwuma ayani kapa making farming sexy again Epestin